Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today, and I wanted to talk to you about something that just happened to me today. And it kind of was unexpected and has kind of shaken my world a little bit. I went to the dermatologist to get one of those full body checkups from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. And as she started up here and was working her way down, she found something on my nose. It's right here. It's pink, a small little bump. There was a little depression in the middle, so I thought it looked like a clogged pore that was never getting unclogged, and I didn't worry about that. The pinkness was from inflammation around it. And when she saw it, she was like, and since I was 40, gone every year. And this just cropped up since my last appointment. And I am shocked. And it turns out her first inclination was to say, it looks like basal cell carcinoma, which is a form of skin cancer. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably the type of skin cancer you find most frequently on people, but it's also the least aggressive. It's one of those where if you are able to fully contain it and get rid of it, you're done. Skin cancer removed, you don't have to worry about it. At that point, it's just preventative. And other types of skin cancer can be much more aggressive and fatal. So this is not a very serious type, but still, the fact that I, who love sunscreen, and am always admonishing people to wear sunscreen, and put on sunscreen just like I would take a shower and brush my teeth and put on deodorant, things that I do every day just out of habit because it's hygiene, I put on sunscreen like it's hygiene. And yet I still had something here that was sun-related. So I wanted to talk to you about that today. First of all, I have a friend just told me this weekend that she feels like she should wear more sunscreen, but she just uses what's in her foundation. And I pulled out I have two separate sections of foundation, the easy to get to and the I have to really want to try it foundations. And out of the easy to get to foundations, I found a whole bunch that have SPF in them. And these here have SPF 15. These are from Lancome. This one from Flower Beauty has SPF 18. This Clinique one has SPF 15, and this one here from L'Oreal has SPF 25. I don't believe that you're getting the amount of sun protection that you need from your foundation. And if you talk to a dermatologist, they recommend at least a 30 SPF daily, if not a 50. So you're not going to get the type of protection that you need just from your makeup. Even if you're choosing a makeup item like this, the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC creams always say they have SPF 50, and so many of the products from IT Cosmetics do have SPF 50. I love that they have that, but I don't use it as my only form of SPF. All right, the other thing that I always think about, if you're putting on, and unless you're just using your hands, if you happen to use a beauty sponge or a brush, imagine how much of that, even if you squeezed out the amount you're supposed to, you're putting it in here, it's getting absorbed into the sponge, it's getting absorbed into the bristles of your brush. You're not getting that full amount that you need. Let's talk about sunscreen. I asked my dermatologist today, she says, look, the most important thing is to do at least a half teaspoon on your face and neck every day and to reapply. So when companies say it's SPF 15 or SPF 50, they're saying with the amount they tested, which is always more than you or I would normally put in that area, that's how they get that SPF level of protection, using a large quantity. So when you see like SPF 70, but only if you use the recommended amount on the back to get that amount of coverage. All right, my two favorite sunscreens for my face. I use this like from my hairline to like my chest area, down my neck, all across my chest. Any part that's exposed in my clothing, whether it's like, like if I'm wearing a t-shirt, I still take it down a little bit farther. If I'm wearing something with a V-neck or a scoop neck, I just cover this whole area in these two. and I really, really like them. One that I started using when I was 36 years old, when a friend kind of tipped me on to, you need to wear a sunscreen, and here's a great one. It was this one. This is Missha's Sun Milk. This has an SPF of 50, and it has a PA rating of 3 pluses, so it's PA+++. If you're wondering what the PA rating is, it's very prevalent in Asian sunscreens, and the PA rating talks about the level of UVA protection you're going to be getting from this product. 1 plus is about 2 to 4 hours. If you're doing 3 pluses, it's about 6 to 8 hours. 4 pluses is even more than that. And UVA rays are responsible not just for wrinkles and sun damage, but they're also responsible for skin cancer. So UVB is going to give you your sunburn. UVA is going to do a lot of the other damage that we always are trying to protect from on our skin. So that PA rating is very important. This has a PA+++. There are 3 different varieties of this Missha Sun Milk. The one in the pink cap is their soft finish. It tends to be a lightly mattifying, not too hydrating. So in the summertime or late spring, early fall, I use it kind of for like about a 6-month period when the weather starts to heat up to just when it starts to cool off, and I start to produce more oils on my face. It helps to keep it a little bit matte. And always apply your sunscreen as your last step of your skincare. So if you're going to use a toner, an essence, a serum, a moisturizer, then top it all off with your sunscreen. Another one that I really love and I just discovered this winter. It's been out, I think now probably close to a year. It's this. It's from Crave Beauty, and this is called the Beet Shield. Now, what's interesting about this is it's listed as an antioxidant day fluid. And you're like, what? In Korea, where this is formulated and made, the rules for sunscreen and the science behind it and the technology behind it is so much more advanced than what our FDA uses. We haven't updated our sunscreen rules in a long time. So Leah Yu, the creator of this formulation, wanted to be able to sell it here in the United States, but could not list it as sunscreen. So she listed it as an antioxidant fluid. But it is an SPF 50, and it has a 4+ PA rating. So the highest PA rating you can have plus SPF 50. I love this formulation. It's a little bit thicker. This tends to be a little bit thinner and runnier. This tends to be a little bit thicker, and it's very hydrating on the skin. And if you like that glass skin look, you'll definitely get it from this. And on the days that all I'm wearing is skincare and sunscreen, when I wear this, my skin just glows and is beautiful. All right, for my body, I know this brand has been around for a long time, but I discovered it because I got it buy one, get one half off last year at Ulta, and it happens to be Sunbum. And this is their premium moisturizing sunscreen lotion. This is SPF 50, and here in the United States, we don't use a PA rating. We use something that's called broad spectrum. So it'll say UVA/UVB broad spectrum. I do prefer more of this Asian way of letting us know how much of that UVA coverage you're getting with the plus system, but here it just says SPF 70 broad spectrum, and you definitely want a broad spectrum. This is also waterproof, and it's very moisturizing. I like it because it smells a little sunscreeny, but it smells like coconut. It smells like a day at the beach. And I have such good memories of being a kid and days at the beach and my mom slathering sunscreen on me. So I love the way this smells. And I prefer, when I'm putting sunscreen on my family, those that I love the most, to use a lotion formula. We've used sprays in the past, and every time I use a spray, someone ends up with a sunburn or a suntan. And suntan is basically your skin trying to protect itself from the heat of the sun. It's damage. So I find that we get the least amount of sunburns and tanning when using a lotion, because I just feel like I know where it's going, I can see it, I can rub it in, I can make sure you're fully covered. I also have been trying this one here. This is the mineral one. This is a zinc formula. It's SPF 50. I like this. This is more your chemical sunscreen, more your mineral sunscreen, and I both think they work really, really well. Now, if you're wondering how much to apply, I talked to my doctor today. She said I need at least half a teaspoon for my face and neck. And I said, how much is that? She goes, well, if you're talking like a third to a half teaspoon, we're talking like maybe the size of a nickel, quarter nickel size, or a big lima bean, and I have no lima beans in this house, but I remember a friend telling me about the nickel size. So for a long time, I used to keep a nickel right next to my sunscreen in the bathroom. And I would put the nickel in my hand like this, and then I would squeeze the amount until I had it close to this size. I usually like to cup my hands to make it like a little deep well, and then squeeze it so it's like a measuring spoon, so it has a little place to go into. And then I would pat it in all over my face, down my neck, ears, décolleté, and if I had any left over, I'm like, oh, backs of my hands. Because I've noticed the more sunscreen I put on the backs of my hands and the more whatever serums I have left over pat on the backs of my hands, the spotting is getting lighter. I have less age spots on the backs of my hands. So SPF your hands if you don't like that freckly look. If you're wanting to know how much to put on your body, the dermatologist recommends 1 ounce. And if you look at this, this is 8 fluid ounces. So you should get 8 applications out of this. And you're thinking about 1 ounce if you're wearing a swimsuit. You're thinking 1 ounce if you're wearing a tank top and shorts. If more of your skin is being exposed, I just do a giant glob here, and I start at the ends of my hands, go all the way up, neck, ears, décolleté, and the other hand up the other side. I don't spend a lot of time in shorts in the summer. I tend to be more of like the linen pants, maxi dress kind of person. That's just me. So I do put sunscreen on the tops of my feet if I'm wearing sandals, because I hate a tan in the sandals. Oh, so much. And I'm also thinking sun damage. So I do it there, and any part of my skin that's showing, but if my skin is being covered by fabric, I usually don't use sunscreen in that area. But definitely if you're wearing shorts, if you're at the pool, you're in a bathing suit, what have you, make sure you put on that 1 ounce amount. And if you're wondering, that is 6 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons. It's a lot. This is also where I tell you, obviously, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not a nurse. But I've done a lot of research about sunscreen, trying to find what works best for me. One thing also that I want to tell you, if you go to the drugstore and you buy a sunscreen and you don't like it, maybe it leaves a white cast, maybe it's too greasy on your skin, maybe it breaks you out, you can always return it. I know that there are returns accepted at Ulta, Sephora, Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS. If you go to your local drugstore, you should be able to return it even though you've used it. They do have a return policy. So don't stick with an SPF you don't like, because then you're not likely to wear it. Or shelling out cash, you don't like it, let me go get another one. That's a lot of cash until you find what really works for you. There are a lot of great sunscreens out there. I just want you to take the time to do some research, find out what works for you, and make sure you put it on. Because I thought I was good putting it on, and obviously I'm not. The other thing I will tell you is I'm probably going to take a break for a while from my YouTube channel because, well, this is healing. I really can't wear makeup. And I don't know when the results come back from the biopsy, whether it's going to be benign or whether it's going to be basal cell carcinoma. If it is skin cancer, they're going to have to do what they call Mohs surgery, which is going in, taking a little slice off, checking it out. Is there still cancerous cells? Okay, another little thin slice. And they keep taking the smallest amount off and checking it. So it takes a while. You're waiting while they're checking. And they get to the point when they take off that another thin layer of skin and there's no cancer cells left. And I don't know whether it's going to be deep. I don't know whether it's going to take a long time to heal. I don't know whether I need the surgery. I'm hoping I don't. But if I do, it's going to take a while for that area to heal, and I'm not going to feel like putting makeup on in that area. So I hope you'll understand. I am going to take a break for a while, but my experience today, really wanted to take the opportunity to share with you how important it is. And even if you are vigilant about wearing your sunscreen like I've been for the last 8 years, still take that time to go see a professional, have them check you over from head to foot, and make sure that you don't miss anything. Because life is too precious, life is wonderful, and you don't need to miss out because you got something that you just didn't know about. All right, thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again soon.